Hello there, Homestead team. I'm Chaplain Robert Terrell, and this is your December 27th, 2021 Monday Motivator. My driveway is clean for now. One of the things I learned when I moved up to Wisconsin 14 years ago was the joy of shoveling my driveway. And I say joy because I am one of those people, I really enjoy shoveling my driveway. As a matter of fact, my neighbor and I are in a bit of a competition to see who can always have the cleanest driveway. He wins all the time. He's retired. He's even made his own shovel for this. He's really good at it. But I love shoveling the driveway because, well, it reminds me of some things that are important to me. One, the snow that comes down. I love the way that it covers all these faults that are in the driveway. I have a few cracks, and well, when the snow's here, my yard looks perfect and the driveway looks good. It reminds me that we all have these failures in our life. And I think the end of the year is a good time for us to think about what failures we've had, where we've made a mistake, where we have sinned. And there's a difference. A mistake is just something you do when you do the wrong thing, not necessarily morally wrong, where sin is a morally wrong choice. And we do both. There are times where we need to correct mistakes and we need to look back and go, I should have done that different or better. And there are other times where we see where we've done something morally wrong and we need to seek forgiveness on that. The other thing that it reminds me is, as I'm shoveling, it reminds me of how small efforts can eventually make great progress. This driveway was shoveled with a shovel. I mean, I have a snow blower, but I prefer to use my shovel. And it's lots of little small actions that eventually remove all of this snow that built up over lots of little small snowflakes. I need that reminder that in the new year, lots of little small choices will lead to better things. It also reminds me that sometimes when we remove one thing, we see other things that need to be worked on. Today, there was ice underneath my driveway, and that when I shoveled the driveway, I slipped a little bit, and I realized there was a danger underneath there. Sometimes when we look into our lives, we see things that, well, they were covered up, and they're dangerous, and they need to be corrected now. The end of the year and the beginning of the new year is a great time for us to think about, what have we done well? What has been good? What have we not done well? What might we need to actually seek forgiveness for? And when we remove certain things, what other things might we see that we need to work on? I hope you have some things in 2021 that you look back and you go, that went really well, and I would love to hear about them. And if you're like me, there's probably a few things where you go, I should have done better on that, or I need to seek forgiveness on that. My faith teaches me that all things can be forgiven through the grace of God. It just requires that we be willing to look into what we've done. And most people are never willing to look into what they've done. Be brave, be strong, look into what you've done, celebrate what you've done well, seek forgiveness on what you have failed at. I hope you have an absolutely wonderful and prosperous and healthy 2022. And I hope that you remember in this next coming year that our CEO, God, cares for you, and so do I. Have a great remainder of 2021 and an absolutely wonderful 2022.